You know, the United Church of God, they got this book. It's called Does God Exist? Okay, so we're wondering today, does God exist? Though I remember my friend Roy one time, before he passed, he was staying with me in central Los Angeles, and he said, Chris, says TC, yeah, but I'm a family friend. God's gone. I said, you believe that? He goes, no. That's what everybody says. Now the homeless people, yeah, God's gone. That was then. Now they're saying ISIS. They believe they're not in the Lamb's Book of Life, or they've been left behind. What it really is that they've turned from God. Does God exist? Well, a question of consequence, noted British historian Paul Johnson in his book, A History of the Jews, also asks some of the humanity's most important questions. Who are we on earth for? Or what are we on earth for that who we are? Or, better yet, what are we on earth for? Is history merely a series of events whose sum is meaningless, or is there a providential plan of which we are, however humbly the agents, 1997, page 2, is this life all there is, or is there something more? If there is something more, how should awareness of that something compact your or impact your life? I mean, if there's nothing more, there shouldn't be any impact or any influence of whatsoever other than life itself, to live here, to die, and to never manifest ever again. But that's not what we're taught. That's not what we're told. That's not what's in our souls. We don't actually believe that. We believe, my soul actually believes that there's going to be something else. And the Holy Spirit proves that. Strange things have happened, and I'm seeing strange things. You know, that reflection on your mirror, or that light, and that little redness in that light, and that blueness in the light, that's not a negative thought. That's something very positive. There's something behind that light watching. There's some sort of a spiritual eye in that light watching you, and it's letting you know its presence, and that's called God. So we see here that or is there a providential plan of which we are, however humbly, the agents? Is this life all there is, or is there something more? If there is something more, how should awareness of that something impact your life? Are we missing a vital perspective when we review the pages of human history? These fundamental questions, indeed, have you squarely faced them. Why are we here? Is there a purpose for our lives? What is our destiny? And is that destiny inexorably linked with the existence of God? And we need to ask and seek, and ask again and seek. And seek these answers to these questions, and these answers have serious consequences that should profoundly affect the way we live. And it's funny because we know that we're here for a reason. When we watch the weather woman on TV, Maria Kiban, and we see her, and men think to themselves, she's very beautiful. She's married, she's got a wedding band on, and it looks to be about 4 to 6 carats. Somebody loves her very much. They've spent a lot of money on her. She loves herself very much. What is her purpose? Just to do weather? No. It's not her purpose. That's not your purpose. That's not my purpose. Our purpose is to procreate till the time of Jesus' return. To continue to procreate, to create. See, we were created in the image of God. And God creates. So if we're created in the image of God and God creates, God expects us to create. And you know what He expects us to create? Children, life. And everything is given that life because God gave life. So that's our job. You know, some people say, well, you know, I'm a Catholic, I'm a pastor in the church, and, you know, I agree with that. I'm 100% for that. Yes, I believe, yes, if you're a Catholic, you're in the church, you're a minister, but I believe there's a retirement age. I believe once you hit 44, 46 years old, that's it. Then you can go out and start your life and get married and leave the bishop or the partridge and go out and start your life. I don't think God intended for you to stay in the ministry until you're 65 years old with no wife and no children. I believe after you hit your 40s, you should be preparing to get a wife. I think the Catholic Church should allow you to get married and have a wife and continue evangelizing for the Catholic Church after that, if you want to, but no more seated upon the throne where you're not forbidden to marry, but you serve God only in cleanliness, total cleanliness. So here we see we need to ask and seek answers to questions, and these answers have serious consequences that should profoundly affect the way we live. But where do we begin, and how do we answer that most basic of all questions? And does God exist? Is He real? If so, what is He like? Does He have a plan for you or me? Well, yes, most definitely. And we know He does, and we can find the answers to these questions. Evidence of God's existence is both abundant and available. And let's look at some of the evidence asking and answering questions to basic questions are so basic to our search for meaning and purpose that we're going to read some questions and answers in the next pages of Does God Exist? United Church of God. This College Classic Campus Hits. God bless you.